I am going to endeavour to get the whole house decluttered by April. Will I manage it? So this room is the room I need your help with, guys. So now I want to have a little chat about some stuff I got planned for this year. I just had a little parcel from Amazon for a change, and I thought we'd open it together. Do you want to see what I got? So that's a big thing I learned about myself. Hopefully one of you listening to this right now will be in a headspace to hear this, and hopefully this will help you the way it's helped me. Hello and welcome back to another weekly vlog. YouTube family, how are you? How have you been? How is your 2025 so far? I'm so glad you're here. By the way, if you're new around here, my name is Rhiannon Morgan. Everyone calls me Rhi. I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome. So I'm going to be honest with you right here, right now. I have been meaning to start this vlog for days. It is a weekly vlog that I am starting several days after I intended to. It's just kind of been super busy, children back to school, trying to catch up. Obviously, I don't have sort of set time off and time on, so I just, during the Christmas holidays, I kind of just worked a bit each day and had very blurred lines indeed between work time, not work time. And I think one of my goals, we'll talk more about goals for 2025 more in this vlog, but one of my goals specifically is to have slightly better boundaries between work time, as in computer on time, and not work time. And if you work from home or you work for yourself, you'll probably understand this. It's so hard to have those boundaries when your computer's just right there. So I've been trying this week, and so far so good. I have actually been turning off my computer at about 3:15. I was officially kind of like logging off, turning my big computer off all the way down, because I feel like if it's on, say I leave it on, it's just uploading something, then I might just nip in, and it's just so easy to get sucked back into it. So I'm trying really hard. One of my goals for 2025 is to have better boundaries, because I do feel like one of the reasons I was so ill at the end of 2024, I basically had flu or flu-like virus on and off from the beginning of October till the beginning of December, which was rough. And largely, I'm not saying I brought it on myself. I just didn't really help myself. I didn't slow down and rest the way I should have done. And I think it was just burnout, to be honest. I think it was just burnout. So I'm trying really hard to have those boundaries, have better boundaries, and schedule time off the way I schedule time on. So long story short, I've been trying to get my kind of computer work done during the days, so I haven't been to the camera. Today's gone a little bit squiffy. I ended up taking my husband to the doctor. He's got some sort of weird virusy something, but long story short, I ended up starting work 2 hours later than I planned to. I've got everything done that I totally wanted to get done, but I am endeavouring to leave the computer off and not touch it now. That's the plan. Anyway, I've just had a little parcel from Amazon for a change, and I thought we'd open it together. Do you want to see what I got? You have to excuse the baskets of things down there, by the way. We are in the process of packing for a trip. This is one of the pages from the printable version of my organised mini break planner. I will tell you more about the packing that we need to do later in this vlog, because I do actually need to pack, so we can do that together. Anyway, I'm going to open this package, which I think I know what it is. Does anyone else order something literally and then it comes the next day, you've got no idea what it is? I'm going to use my slice tool to open the box, because that way it doesn't wreck your nails, it doesn't wreck stuff in the box, and it preserves the box for if you need to reuse it, you know, for like returning things or whatever. I find if I don't open boxes with this thing, they're shredded and they're totally unusable. They have to just be ripped up and recycled. Anyway, I've had a couple of realizations as we get into this. Okay, it's 2025, right? Which means I left school, wait for it, 25 years ago. I am not okay. I'm not okay. And then yesterday, I realised that next year, Bella starts secondary school. Okay, so she's in year 5 now. She'll start year 6 this September. I'll have to apply for her secondary school place this kind of before Christmas. And then she will start, so next, you know, it's 2 school years away, but it's next year, it's 2026. That blew my tiny little mind, and I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Anyway, time is flying, I'm not okay. It's a box of pink stuff. Basically, this stuff is more of the kind of things that I absolutely love to wear at the moment, which is largely, okay, I'm just going to show you. These leggings, I mean, these are not the ones with pockets on them because these are the ones I bought before I discovered the ones with pockets. But basically these, although my other ones would have pockets here, these are one of the first ones I bought, you know, so just imagine it. These are my absolute favourite brand of leggings. They're amazing, but I now like the ones with pockets in them. The place I get them from, it's an Amazon seller, and it's just all so nice. I did a video absolutely ages ago, Lululemon haul versus Amazon dupes, and I actually preferred the Amazon stuff, and I've been buying it ever since, and I wear it a lot, you know, working from home. This stuff I'm obsessed with. Obviously pink's my fave. So I have made inquiries about attending an adult ballet class. I'm waiting to hear back about that. Years and years ago, like years and years and years ago, back when I was in school, I did ballet. You know, I was dancing every night of the week. As kind of an in my 20s thing, I used to teach dance, more like dance fitness classes, sort of teaching non-dancers really, and some kids as well. But I love the idea of going back to ballet. And then it was some of this like vision and goal stuff that I was thinking about. And I thought, you know, what does like the ideal version of me do? The ideal version of me works and is successful and puts out great content into the world, but the ideal version of me also doesn't run herself ragged and does fun things for herself as well as things for the kids, things for work. And you know, this like perfect version of me that I aspire to be one day in the future gets to do those things. So I thought, well, why not attempt to do that kind of stuff now? And I love the idea of going back to ballet because it's the kind of thing that obviously is amazing for fitness. Professional ballerinas are some of the fittest people in the world. So going back would kind of give me that, but then like doing something for the love of it as well sounds really appealing. Anyway, since I might not be ready to dive into tutus straight away, I thought maybe some of these bits that I definitely wear around the house and for like exercising and working out anyway might be good options. So I'm going to try some of these on now. What do you think of this one? I just flipping adored the colour. It's called Velvet Dust. I will link all these bits and pieces in the accompanying blog post if you're interested. We'll have a look, probably have a look at them first and then see which ones appeal. I've got, is that a pink version? That's a bright pink version of the same thing. I think 2 of these items are actually coming in a separate parcel. This is a long top. Not sure about this one. Only because it looks like it's got holes in it. As in, not holes, but you know, like ventilated mesh. Is that more of a running top? Can you see it's got vents on it? I think we'll have to try it on and see how it looks. It's also got vents all down the back. Yeah, that might be more like for someone that does running. I do not do that. I have got this to try. What do we think of that? I do love that colour though. We'll try that. And, oh, if I keep anything, it'll probably be these. The weather here in the UK at the moment is so cold, you go outside and you just get a frozen face. Now, I'm aware there are colder countries, but if you're not from the UK, just know this about the UK. If we have any form of weather, if it's a bit too hot, cold, windy, rainy, we all lose our minds. We can't cope at all with any sort of extreme weather, not even slightly. So these are the leggings that I'm wearing, but with pockets, okay? So the same style, same all the things. But look, they're thermal, fleece lined. They're gonna be warm for when I do the school run in this freezing weather. And I've got a pale pink version of that top as well. I think we just need to try them on. We'll just try them on and see what we think. These are the leggings I'm wearing at the moment. So these sort of bra, tank, workout top things are generally what I wear now as underwear / workout tops / all the things. I've just got these in a few colours and they're so lovely. I'm not probably wearing the right colour to try this stuff on, so we'll just have to bear with. Probably need to put on a lighter one. But these have support like a bra. These do not. Having a darker colour underneath will give us an idea of how see-through these things are. Ooh, I think I quite like that. What do we think, guys? The colour on this is amazing. It has got these thumb hole things. I'm not sure I need those unless, although it is pretty cold, maybe I'd wear them at the moment. It is sort of cropped as in meets my leggings where they are. But, you know, is this good ballet? I don't think I'm ready to get quite back into leotards yet, see, so I thought leggings and tops might be a good compromise before we kind of go full ballet leotards. This top, I think I'm liking. I think if I don't do the thumb hole things, it looks more like a normal top. But then, is it a problem that you've got these weird thumb holes? This will totally work as a workout top. Certainly, you know, when you're like warming up. Would this work as just a normal top though, or are the thumb holes too odd if I just wore this day to day? Thoughts in the comments? Let's try those thermal leggings I'm really excited about. Okay, so these are like a totally different fabric. I don't know, they're not just lined with stuff, they feel completely different. They've also got this, I don't think my other leggings have that, you know, like a funny pulley anything. What's that all about? But they've still got pockets. They fit in these pockets my biggest size iPhone that there is. I do love a pocket. I think they're a little, oh no, they are a little shinier perhaps than my other leggings. My other leggings from this make are not quite as shiny, but they are fleece lined. So I'm assuming I'm going to be a lot warmer in these. They are very shiny though, so I'm not sure about that. How do we feel about the shiny leggings? Does it matter as long as I'm warm? Or do we prefer this, which is what Bella would call bunny pink? If I show Bella, she'll just be like, the bunny pink one. I do really like this colour though. Although, do I prefer this one? If I had to pick. The dusky is nice. I needed to try this one on though with this, which I'm probably not going to like as much as the Like a Cloud hoodie that I got from Pop Flax, which I'm flipping obsessed with, but I don't think they make this colour in that. That hoodie is the nicest hoodie ever, although that is actually quite me, isn't it? That is not the warmest because this is all quite short kind of crop stuff, but also has some holes. This is very much a dupe for the Lululemon one. I have got a black one and a pale pink one of those, but this colour, I'm kind of liking this. I'm gonna really struggle. By the way, you have to help me pick because I'm not keeping all this stuff. I order more than I need and then try it on because I don't know about fit and stuff, and then make a decision on what to go back. So keep it, send it back. Still, how are we feeling about the shiny leggings? Help me pick, I'm already feeling overwhelmed. Okay, on to the pale stuff. This is why it's good to order things and try things on sometimes. Not sure if you can see, but this whole fabric all over has got, it's just, I guess it's breathable stuff, but it's all up here, a big stripe down the back, and I'm definitely trying to prioritize my fitness. I'm doing a lot of like walking pad stuff. I am attempting to do yoga and Pilates on alternate days. I've got some planned set up on Apple Fitness Plus, and my phone's prompting me to do it every morning. So I'm trying to do all those things. I'm trying to do the Pilates, the yoga, the walking, and hopefully the ballet. But I'm never going to be a runner, let's be honest. And I think I probably only need ventilation like this if I'm going running, maybe in the cold. I don't know. This, and the colour looks kind of, I know I've got a dark thing underneath, so maybe that's not helping, but I love this pale pink normally, but this feels a bit kind of, I don't know, just a meh colour a bit more. I don't know. I'm not loving this. I'm thinking probably send this back. What are we leaning towards? Probably send it back. I do have a non-workouty pale pink long sleeve top from Bowden that's so similar. I probably wouldn't need this. And in fact, I prefer the neckline on the other one. It's more boat neck. So I'm thinking this goes back. If, however, you're looking for a running top with ventilation, they have this in a lot of colours and it might be for you. Now, ignoring the label that's like up here, this one screams ballet pink to me the most, don't you think? If I am going to do a bit more ballet, or any at all, haven't probably done any for the best part of 25 years. Which colour are we liking? This is called Velvet Dust or Rose or something, and this is, we'll just call it baby pink, isn't it? Let's just call it what it is. I think either one of these I'd probably wear a lot. I'm still not sure about these thumb holes for day to day. Maybe I could fold them up or something. I don't know. If anyone's got any ideas, you guys always come up with the best ideas. In fact, later in this vlog, I've got a question I need to ask about my living room. I'm hoping one of you is going to come up with something genius for me, because you so often do. Anyway, if you've got an idea for the thumb holes, let me know. And other than that, let me know what I should keep and what should go back. Still not sure about these leggings. I like the idea of them being warmer, but the fabric, can you see how shiny it is? What do we think? I don't know. Let me know anyway. What should I keep? What should I send back? Because I have to change back into my normal clothes now and go and do dinner for the children. So it is Friday and I am not in my office at my little computer typing on my keyboard. I am about to meet my best friend, who I speak to. I'm very blessed. I speak to her every day, but we do not meet up much at all. She does not live in the same town as me, and trying to make time, like if you're a mum you'll get this, if you're trying to make time to meet people, it's like, oh, I can meet you like 3 Thursdays from now. Oh no, actually so-and-so's got swimming. It's a nightmare. Anyway, in 2025 I am, and she is as well, going to prioritise making more time for things like meeting up with each other. And this comes back to a chapter in a book that I have read / listened to on Audible probably 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years. But it is only now that this lesson is landing. Do you ever get that, where you hear something over and over and you're like, yeah. And then sometimes you hear it and you really hear it. And this is what I find with business coaching a lot. Things that I'm told are not necessarily things I've ever heard for the first time, but sometimes you've got to be in the right headspace to really hear this. So hopefully one of you listening to this right now will be in a headspace to hear this, and hopefully this will help you the way it's helped me. I honestly think at the end of last year, when I was ill over and over and over, I was very burnt out. I think that was largely part of the problem. Anyway, back to this chapter. The chapter in the book's called Chillpreneur. I will put a link on screen, actually. If you've not joined Audible, you can get the book for free, and you can listen to it. Audiobooks are like my ultimate hack for consuming more books, because I don't have enough time to sit down and read as much as I'd like to. Anyway, the book's called Chillpreneur. I will link the book in the accompanying blog post as well. And the chapter's called The Golden Goose. And in this, it says you are the golden goose. And it's largely talking about business, but ultimately, if you are a mother, this will apply to you. Because if you are a mother, I don't know any mothers that are not overstretched, burnt out. It's all of us, isn't it? It's absolutely all of us. And indeed women, because we were all brought up in this amazing time where it's like, hey, you can do everything. You can be a full-time mother and have a full-time job. How many hours are there in the day? Anyway, the golden goose in this chapter, it goes back to the story where a man had a golden goose, and he had this golden goose that was laying golden eggs and was making him rich, but he got greedy. He wanted to get more of the eggs out quicker, so he cut open the goose, gross, to get the golden eggs, and inside it was just goose guts. Ultimately, he killed the source of everything, the source of his income, his wealth. And in this book, it says that you are the golden goose. So I'm the golden goose, you are the golden goose, you are the golden goose of your family, I'm the golden goose of mine. And if I do not take care of the golden goose, me, everything stops. If we do not put our own oxygen masks on first in a flight situation where it's dangerous, we want to take care of our kids first, take care of everything else first. But ultimately, if we don't put on our own oxygen mask, we pass out and we can't help anyone else, And if I keep just going and going and going and going and being like, I've got to do this, got to do this, got to do this, I don't take any time for myself at all, I'm going to end up burnt out and unable to recover from the most basic of germs. The most basic of germs. When other people in my household just bat it off like it's nothing, and I'm like absolutely floored from it. So, long story short, meeting up with my best friend, when I take time to do this, and actually it is easier to take time during the school day, because then I don't need to worry about, has my husband got the children, or away from children, whatever. So I'm taking time I should be working. But basically, I come away from whenever I see her, which is not enough, feeling rested, rejuvenated, revitalised, lots of other R words, revived, there's another one. And I just feel so much better. I just always think, why don't we do this more? I feel so much better. And then ultimately, I'm more productive when I do work. It just has a ripple effect through the rest of my life. So I guess what I want to say to you is self-care is more than bubble baths and face masks. Self-care can be meeting up with people. Self-care can be carving out that time when you should be doing something else. So I got up this morning. I'm actually a bit under the weather. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I didn't do my Pilates this morning. I didn't get on my walking pad. I did do some editing because I'm like taking the morning off this morning, but I'm gonna feel so much better for it. Honestly, I'm gonna just feel so much better having taken this time. So if you need permission, if you need a permission slip from anyone to like take some time when you should be cleaning or working or doing all the things to do something for yourself, do it and enjoy it. Do not feel guilty for it. Enjoy it, because it will make you more productive when you go back to work. It will make you a better mother to your children. It will just make life feel better. That's what I'm doing for tea. I'm now going to go and meet her. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We'll talk later. I had such a nice time yesterday with my best friend. Oh, cleansing, healing, restoring, all the things. Something stuck to my lip gloss. Anyway, so now I want to have a little chat about some stuff I got planned for this year before I get on with some work. So I have been going through my very own Reflect and Reset for 2025 workbook, which is a printable download. You can purchase it in my shop, but if you are inside of my Patreon, everyone part of the family day-to-day tier and above gets it for the month of January, and if you're VIP, then all the printables are included in your membership every month anyway. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you. I'm just going to go through some of the things I have written. Some things reflecting on 2024, some things I was really grateful for. We did some amazing trips. We did Walt Disney World, we did the Disney Wish, we did the Disney Dream, we did Alton Towers, we did some lovely day trips. Let's see, what did we do? Folly Farm, Oakwood. We just, we had some lovely times. Oh, shows. Wicked, we saw Wicked. Obviously Wicked in the cinema, we saw Wicked the show. We had some amazing time. We had lovely meals out, days out. And home-wise, I felt like I didn't get much done in the house. But then actually, we did do my office makeover for my walking desk. My husband built the garden room. We sorted that out. We sorted all these like styled shelves and things. And we did a makeover on Will's bedroom. So I think sometimes I feel like, I'm not getting anything done. I haven't got anything done. I haven't achieved anything. But then when I look back over the year, so it's quite easy for me because I can look back through my video library to see what I've done. And I look back through my actual planners to see what I've done. I think sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we've actually managed to achieve. I know that's the case with me anyway. Which challenges do I face? The biggest one, being close to burnout, being ill for so much of last year, the end of last year, definitely. I think this year a change I want to make, I intended to get the flu jab last year, and then I got ill kind of mid-October, and I never felt well enough at any stage to go and add the flu jab into it. I mean, could I have just had that even though I was under the weather? I don't know, but I think ultimately this year, before the children go back to school, I'll be rolling up my sleeve and saying, jab whatever you've got into my arms, I need the immunity. But also I do need to focus, as we've already talked about, on more kind of downtime. And actually I need to learn what rest is and how to do that, because I'm not very good at it. I actually downloaded a book to read called Rest and How Rest Can Be Productive for Work. So I'm going to read that and I'll report back. I'll let you know. It's possible I will not actually finish reading it and just download it on Audible to finish it there, but who knows. Other things, overworking with no boundaries and people pleasing didn't go so well in 2024. Things I'm grateful for, support of my amazing community. You guys, the wonderful, amazing messages, so grateful for that in 2024. But also from specifically friends and some family really close to me. Grateful time for my time with family. Grateful that therapy went well. I think that's really helping. I think I talked about that. I'm not sure I've talked about that here actually. I definitely talked about that on my podcast. I will link that episode where I talked about therapy, including some stuff I'm doing with my husband, if you want to know full details about that. I got my ADHD diagnosis last year, and I'm grateful for that because it's given me such a better understanding of my own mind. I think I'm kinder to myself. And my podcast, I finally kind of got that into a rhythm, a cadence, and a flow that I'm happy with. I tried that in so many different ways. I started the podcast, the video podcast on here, and then I realised the podcast is too different to the videos because Here I feel like you're coming to this channel to watch stuff, and then when I just talk to camera and don't like do anything, it's a bit boring. The podcast went on its own channel, and then I was like, oh, why did I do this? And now I feel like I've done the right thing. So really glad about that. Habits and routines that served me well last year. Walking and working has flipping changed the game for me. I can't tell you how transformative it's been, being able to fit in that movement. And my body feels better in that I'm not feeling so stiff. I was developing tennis elbow from using the mouse too much, but now I think just that switching up has just really helped so much. Journaling, using my planners, but also my organised life finder. This has been a game changer. I just love that. And doing coaching, which is basically therapy but for business. What didn't go well? Not scheduling downtime. I've got to start scheduling downtime the way I schedule my work in 2025. Ignoring my body did not go well. When I was just like, oh, let's ignore these early warning signs. I have a sore throat, so sore throat's very much my red flag. Hello, this is your body trying to talk to you and tell you to slow down. And I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll just take some Danos and keep going. That's got to stop. And emotional eating, which I talked about a lot actually in a separate podcast. So again, we're not going to go into that, but I will link that podcast if you want to learn more about what I would have to say about that. One thing I achieved this year that I'm proud of, reassessing the direction of my channel and having the conviction to pivot. It's not a massive difference that you perhaps will have noticed yet, but I really clarified in 2024, I think, with the help of my business coach, who I want to speak to. I think one of the big people pleasing problems that I have is trying to please everybody and just trying to make videos that suit everybody. But ultimately, that's never going to work. Like, for example, videos I make are never really going to appeal to someone like my husband. But even making videos for mums, I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm not going to be for everybody. I've got to make peace with the fact that some people are going to love what I'm doing, some people are not, and that's okay, because everyone has people that they kind of vibe with, and everyone has people that they don't. So ultimately, my kind of clarity of vision of who I'm talking to, who I visualize you being on the other side of the camera, is me at various stages of my life, I suppose. So it's me feeling like, oh my goodness, if I don't get organised, if I just don't get my act together, everything feels just so on top of me, and I need to put some systems in place or I'm going to lose my mind, because mum life is a lot. So I'm talking to that person. I'm talking to me at the stage where I was like, oh gosh, so my child, I guess in my head I'm talking to me just before Will was diagnosed, like my first time through the autism process, and being like, well, what do I do? What is this autism? Am I second guessing myself? Am I imagining this is in my head? Am I doing the right thing? Oh my gosh, I'm never going to get any help, and all those problems. And while I probably will talk about that still on this channel, I want to do a lot more deep dive stuff for that on the podcast. So if you want to hear me talking about all that sort of stuff, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my podcast channel. It's called Real Talk with Ree. It's linked somewhere here, maybe in the cards down below, or just search Real Talk with Ree. But those episodes come out every Monday at 9 a.m. at the moment. That's the current kind of upload schedule on that, but they'll definitely continue to be weekly and also on your podcast providers. Okay, next. What did I learn about myself? I'm not just scatty, I have ADHD. That is a big thing I learned about myself. And I am a recovering people pleaser. I've put a few other things, but just to say, going through the general gist of what I've put in here. Make sure, by the way, if you are downloading your Reflect and Reset Workbook and you're filling it out, if you are, enjoying it, please do tag me on social media. I love to see that you're using them. 3 words that described my year in 2024, what would they be? Transformation, clarity, and busy. I did feel busy, and that's not a word I want for this year, because I felt last year like I was very much on a hamster wheel and I couldn't get off. And that is something I definitely want to shake up this year. So looking ahead to 2025, what would I love to be celebrating? Like various trips and things. I've written a lot here, so I'm just going to go over a few of them. So some of the things, I'd like to raise more awareness of symptoms of autism and support people when they're going through that, and give the support that I wish I had. And I'd like to raise more awareness about ADHD in women, so that more people can sort of gain the clarity that I've had, because I really feel it's been transformational to my life. So I want to, through my podcast, through these videos and things, kind of raise awareness of that. house declutter stuff. I really want to do mass decluttering projects this year. So really, I probably need to go through all this again. I think, did I do it last year, this year? I don't know. I feel like this all needs doing again behind me. I really want to do that big cupboard in the playroom because I felt that going into the Christmas season, it had got so cluttered that I couldn't move in there. And before Christmas, which is our Christmas and birthday season, then it just really helps me to have space to move things around. And just, yeah, I really want to do a massive declutter in there. Probably our bedroom cupboards as well. I really want to declutter and maybe do something with Zara's room. I know she wasn't keen to change her bed yet because she was worried she'd roll out of it, but maybe redo Zara's room this year as well. I know she had a desk and things last year, and we did Bella's end of 2023. We did Will. So Zara's room really doesn't, so it needs a massive declutter. I think I did it last year, but it is a cyclical kind of thing. It's not a one and done. We need to do something with the lounge. Let's just head in there. Actually, I'll show you that now, what I want to do with that. And because I'm not really sure about that and I need your ideas. So this room is the room I need your help with, guys. And the reason I'm asking for your help is because, do you remember what feels like a million years ago when we moved here? The sofa was different and I couldn't figure out which way around to put it. I did all that trying to rejig the room different ways. And it was one of you flipping genius humans that suggested putting the sofa there. I didn't even think it would fit, and it did. And I love it in that it's no longer taking over the whole room. The room feels so spacious. We've got more space for, doing yoga and Pilates and just generally moving around. Now, my regrets, as much as I love this corner sofa, I wish I'd bought two large separate sofas because I would have had a lot of flexibility. Now, this room is not without its challenges. It has this one's 2 into the kitchen, 3, if you count the doors, openings. So they're very limited configurations we can do. A lot of people suggested putting the TV over here, but I know you probably can't tell just from the video, but it wouldn't physically fit. That's too big. Now, these calyx things were very much placeholder. They used to be sort of next to each other. I bunged that in front of there when we rejigged it, and that was that. It was very much, that'll do for now. However, my husband is quite adamant that this doesn't look good enough. I mean, I'm sort of beyond caring, but he wants to do something about it, so I don't know. Help me think of something that we can do to make this work. He wants to redo this wall in something else. It's actually, I like it. It's very, very subtle sparkles. I like it. He's not fussed. He thinks it's not interesting enough. He wants to move the TV down, get rid of this, move the TV down a bit so it's off center, but it's on like a bracket thing that comes out, and build like a media wall, and then put some units along there and up the side. Now, I'm worried it's going to look so weird and off-center that it just won't work. But ultimately, if it's further along and it can pull out on like a brackety thing, then more of this sofa can be used to watch TV. Because sometimes what we do when we watch a movie is pull the whole thing out, and it is a bit of a pain to do because it's huge. The other thing, as much as I love all these pictures, it feels a bit like meh. So what I probably will do is pull all those down when we're redecorating, because the whole room will need painting or whatever, if that's what we're doing, and put up more kind of styled shelves. So maybe we'll have TV, unit, and then like shelves. And some of these pictures will go on, some will be framed. But I like the idea of being able to swap them around, like seasonally. I know I did talk about, didn't I, putting Christmas photos up. And I never did it. I bought the frames, I never actually did it. So I need to make sure I do that in plenty of time for, this Christmas. But anyway, that's what I'd like to do. Shelves, maybe shelves. But would it look weird if we had, it won't be a calyx. I think he's talking about using Besta from IKEA, having unit, or do I just need to go to IKEA and look for inspiration? I don't know. I'm worried it's going to look really odd, really off-center, really wonky. I'm just not convinced. But if you guys have got any brilliant ideas, please let me know in the comments, because like I said, it was one of you flipping geniuses that came up with this, and I love that. Okay, back to this. I want to write my book this year. I've actually got ideas for a few books, but the first one I want to write is, I don't know, I haven't got exactly the title yet, but basically about the gist of, I have started outlining and writing actually. The gist of it is about autism. It's been about our journey from when I knew literally nothing about it, and in fact totally misunderstood what it was, through to where we are now, where I would say that the children are thriving, all of them. I did a really in-depth interview actually with our eldest Dylan, which was the first time I've really shared much about his journey, because back when he was diagnosed, it was a really tricky time and he wasn't comfortable with it at all. He wasn't really happy. He has really just gone on a massive journey of self-discovery with it all since he's kind of accepted that. And it's like, I'd really like you to listen to that video or that podcast episode. I think it's quite long. It's about 45 minutes long. It's a really in-depth chat. But if you've got an older child, a teen or young adult, or you were a teen or a young adult that is sort of in a similar position, that has not yet been diagnosed but is potentially going through the assessment process, hopefully that'll be a really helpful lesson. But largely, I just want to talk about, in the book, our journey, my experience with it, the things I'd wish someone had told me, and now practical strategies that we put in place day to day that actually help and make a difference in our lives. And I want to write the book that I wish I could go back in time and go, hey, younger me, read this, everything's going to be fine. And in fact, I said, when I said to Dylan, I wanted to write that book and I didn't know what the title was, and I said, I want to just go back and say, read this, everything's going to be fine. He said that would be a good title. So maybe, I don't know. I would love to actually I don't know how I'm going to publish this book. I'd love to get an actual book deal with a mainstream publisher. I don't know how to begin doing that. If anyone's got any bright ideas, let me know. I really want to create more really excellent resources that are going to go into my Patreon, so and my store for that matter, to help with all the things in all our lives. So I want to do all this decluttering. I'm going to create printables to guide me, and therefore once I've tweaked them so I know they work for me, to guide you through these same processes. And the idea is, every month you get a new printable inside Patreon, and then you get yourself a binder, you pop all your bits inside. The Organised Life Binder starter pack, by the way, is included in all of the Part of Family tiers and above for Patreon, and I'm leaving that in there for the foreseeable, because I really want us all to build our own Organised Life Binders, okay, as much as we can this year. I really want to do that together. So there's so much more in this. Oh, the other thing, and in fact this is something else I can have you help with, I really want to redo my branding this year. The Disney stuff's fine, I think. I did a logo for that with like little ears and a bow, and that's fine. But my main channel branding, I threw together myself, and bearing in mind, I am no graphic designer. My art skills are slim to none, and it's something I really struggle with. So I did my own logos. Let me see, when did I do those? When I started the first time. So when I started my blog and everything. So it would have been around the time Zara was born. My logos and my branding it's as old as Zara, okay, who's about to turn 8. So that needs a refresh. If you know of anyone you can really recommend to maybe help me with that, because I've had a go at maybe redoing it myself, but I wonder if I'm doing myself a disservice, and this kind of thing. I just think some things, oh my gosh, the boiler's flipping going off. The boiler's going off. My husband set up these excellent smart home things, and all the radiators have different valves, and it pulls from different I don't know, places. Oh, it's going off again. It's stopping. Okay. Set up these smart valve things that are on all the different radiators. So there's like a thermostat on each radiator, and then each one will turn on itself different. I don't really understand how that's different from normal heating, but I think it means that it would heat different, like just the cold rooms, and not turn on the heating for the warm rooms, which is fantastic, other than I film in here and sometimes the boiler, which is here, just boots up and makes noises when I'm trying to film stuff, which isn't very helpful. Anyway, yeah, so I really want to, for 2025, give my branding a refresh, because I feel like I'm not exactly I'm the same person, but, you know, I'm not talking about the same things. I think my original slogan is like making parenting easier or whatever. While I am talking about being a mum, I'm not sure making parenting easier is the right thing. I feel like I need a new slogan, a new catchphrase that sums up what I do in a nutshell. I really feel I need that this year, or my branding to suit it better, or something. But anyway, if you know of any amazing graphic designers you've used, or you are a graphic designer, maybe I feel like some things you shouldn't try and do yourself. I've learnt I should not do my own nails. We've learnt that's a mistake. I've learnt I should not cut my own fringe, which I'm trying to grow out, by the way. What are our thoughts on the long bangs? Anyway, certain things you shouldn't DIY, and I'm thinking maybe my branding is one of those things. Maybe I should leave that to a professional. And then there are a few things I would like to actually start outsourcing this year within my business. It sounds weird calling it that, but I guess that's what it is. That's what I do for a living. So one of the other things I'd like to outsource this year, or maybe think about outsourcing, is thumbnail design, because I actually had another channel review done. Do you remember I had a channel review done before and someone told me to totally change everything? You were like, no, don't do that. Anyway, I had a channel review from someone I really respect as a creator. She's American and lives in the South somewhere. And she, oh, do you know what? This is driving me so nuts. We're going to have to move. We're going to have to move. Sorry, this is so loud. This is so loud. Okay, is that better? I paid for a channel review. She's an expert in YouTube, so her whole YouTube channel is about growing on YouTube. She's got a much bigger channel than mine. I guess I wanted her to help me see what I couldn't see. So she was going through my channel. She did like a video. So she talked about the channel, and then she went away, watched some of my videos, and then she came back and like gave me critique. She was like, wow, like, I don't mean to be rude, but based on your thumbnails and titles, I was not expecting your videos to be as good as they are. She said, your video quality is amazing. So I was like, oh, thank you so much, because I really do work hard on that. But she said, my titles and thumbnails are really letting me down. And I kind of knew this all along. I am no graphic designer. We've been over this. I'm really not artistic. I know that I could probably do a lot better than I am doing if I could just level up with my titles and thumbnail combination things. I know you're supposed to do your titles and thumbnails before you even film the video, and it's just kind of not like, I love just picking up the camera and sharing what I want to share with you guys. And then afterwards I finished the edits. So the edits on my vlogs were on trips and things are a lot more detailed and intense and just a lot more time consuming than my kind of very chatty vlogs or speed cleans and things. So there's a lot more editing that goes into those. Ultimately, by the time I'm done with all the editing, I'm like, oh gosh, I have to do title and thumbnail. And it's not supposed to feel like an afterthought if you're treating YouTube seriously, and mine do and are. So I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but ultimately that's what you do when you go on YouTube. You see the homepage, you see which titles and thumbnails are good, or which ones appeal to you, and you click on them. And I don't want to be too clickbaity, but I want people to watch my videos because I just want to connect with you guys, and I'm hoping that by watching the videos, some of you may feel things that I guess I hope to feel, like a little less alone in certain situations, a little more like, hey, we're all in this together, hey, there are other people in this situation, or to share things that have genuinely helped me because I hope they'll help you too. I would like to dabble, it's one of my goals for this year that I've written down in here. I would love to start outsourcing some of that so that hopefully more people will actually get past like seeing the thumbnail, actually click on the videos and watch them. So that's something I want to do. This whole workbook is here for you to fill out. I've filled out so much of it. It then breaks down, it takes you through all the things you want to do. It helps you break down what are the steps you're going to have to take, picking your main goals for the year, picking your focuses, and then splitting that down and breaking it down to how you're going to make it happen for the year. So I'm still working through that, but please do grab your copy. So you can just purchase a copy of it and download it, and it's yours to keep. But if you're inside my Patreon, it's actually just cheaper to just join for a month if you want to get hold of that. Okay, I'm going to go and get on with a little bit of work now. And I'll see you in a few seconds for you, and probably tomorrow for me, because we do need to get packing for that trip. Good morning. Don't know why I'm saying that halfway through a vlog, but it's morning for me, so there we go. I wanted to share something really quickly that possibly you already do. But I don't know, I've only recently started doing it, and it's made a massive difference for me getting ready in the mornings before we get on with some packing. So, makeup spray, I use this one, which I love, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray. But I've only recently started doing this. So this, there are other setting sprays available, I'm sure, but this is the one I use. If you spray it all over your face, and then use your hairdryer and just put it on a really cool setting and dry it. I find that makes more of a difference with keeping my makeup in place for longer. I've been doing that I found it helpful. Anyway, we are now going to get on with some packing. I did show you earlier, I printed off one of the printable pages from my organised mini break planner. Sometimes I use the printable pages, especially if I'm passing things around on clipboards and I'm asking family members to gather things for themselves. So I find that quite helpful to use the printable version for that. And then I do often store them inside of my Organised Life binder. Sometimes it's like I say, I use the printables and put them in there, but today, for the purpose of today, I am using the printed copy because I'm actually taking it with me, because there are pages for planning out your days of your trip and things. Got the outfits, which actually I've written out on here as well. And what I do, this one's bigger, so I'll show you. So I put the names across the top, days down the side, and I just write in what everyone has told me they like to wear on those days. And then I know I can check those things into the case, tick them off. I know it's sealed and I'm not going, did I pack that? Did I pack that? I do find I get so much like self-doubt otherwise after packing. Like, did I really pack that? Especially if I've packed a little time before going. I'm actually packing quite late for me, as in we are going in 4 days. But if you have a look over here behind me, I have been gathering things for said trip for a little bit, and I've had, I think, everything in from everyone. So if I just get out the cases, we can, you know, pack things. I'm going to use packing cubes. Obviously, you know I love my packing cubes, and I often pack things by day rather than by person. I think for only the sake of 2 nights, it doesn't really matter, as obviously we're not flying on this trip. If we were flying, I would never, ever, ever do like case for you, case for you, case for you, because if one person's case goes missing, they have no clothes. They have no clothes at all. So we're driving. It's not such an issue, but I will probably do a packing cube per day for the girls. I'll probably do one for my husband for all his stuff, and one for Will for all our stuff, and one for me for all my stuff. Oh, actually, before we get on with it, I did decide to keep these. Look, flipping obsessed with this colour. So it's staying. I love it. Okay, now let's get on with it.
I cold inside, tore my mind, stole my peace. I prayed for ease, but feared that my days were over. That emptiness is hard to pass. To fill that gap, you need to open up. All your days are over, but you sent your light to be found now. It's like my engines overflow, and I'm fueled, it's time to go. Oh, we are in this rush, it's love in the fast lane. I feel I'm strong beyond belief, and this is happening to me. I'm shouting over this rush, it's love in the fast lane. I finally found my love. I finally found my love.
Okay, let's see how we're doing with the list, shall we? So the Friday stuff, as in the stuff we're travelling in, so we're actually leaving after pick the children up from school. They'll get changed out of the school uniform into these things. Those things are on the door. So yes, already. I do that because I can't cope with on travel day people going, where's my this? And me going, well, that wasn't ready for you, or you just wore that, it's in the wash. So I take the things off them that they want to wear on travel day so that they are there ready for them, so no one has a meltdown as we're leaving the house. I have packed all the stuff for Saturday and Sunday, but then I also have in here my organised mini break planner, which, like I say, you can buy to just print off yourself and use them anytime you want, or as an actual book like this. But I then double check it. We belt and braces. Everyone got tops? Yes. Everyone got bottoms? Yes. Cardigans, hoodies. Not my husband. He needs to put one in. Underwear for everyone. Socks. I do need to ask the girls which headbands they want. And this is why I like packing a few days before. I can't write nothing here. Because I've got a few days now to gather the bits they want. So accessories, the boys don't need any, so that's fine. Bags, as in bags they're gonna carry around. I have got Zara's down there. I just need to check everyone's with that. Coats need to go in last minute. Shoes will be on feet. Might throw some spare shoes in the car just in case we get absolutely soaked through. But everyone's got PJs, and I've done the toiletries. Then we've got the actual stuff page on the next page. Passports we do not need. Tickets, yes, we are doing some attractions. I have printed everything out and that's going in here, and I'll put my mini brick planner in there as well. That's going into my bag. I'm going to take this one just to carry around because I've got the camera gear and stuff like that, so it's quite a lot to carry, and when I put things on a one shoulder bag it hurts my neck more. Water bottle, sunglasses, things like that, all quite last minute outfits. Yes. No, I haven't done coats yet, have I? This is why I use erasable pens, so I don't muck things. Swimwear we don't need. Phones, tech, things like that, going to be added last minute. Yes to this. We're not going to need sunscreen in January, sadly. Yeah, so I think we're looking pretty good, actually. Most of the cables and things we've seen previous Pack With Me videos live in the case. So I have phone chargers and things that live in the case. I have got a reasonably new laptop bag on wheels, which I love, and I've used for day trips to London before, but I use that when we're traveling as well. So my laptop will go in there, but in there lives my laptop charger, hard drives, all the bits I need, and I'll swap it on my camera gear in there, and that will go along with us and just keep all of that safe because I will need my laptop to back up my footage and do a little bit of work in the night. So other than a few bits and pieces, that packing is pretty much done. I just, when I should have been packing actually before I carried on with it, I just went on to Instagram and did a little bit of a declaration. And I know I mentioned I wanted to, earlier in this video, I wanted to declutter the whole house this year, but I kind of just said, right, I'm going to get it all done by the anniversary of moving here, which is sometime in April, I know, because I film like another house tour video then. So I've just done a public declaration. So here is my second one, I guess. I'm going to endeavour to get the whole house decluttered by April. Will I manage it? I don't know. Actually, it's quite a lot to fit in around all the other stuff I've got to do. So perhaps that was a bit of a bonkers goal. But equally, if I don't set myself some sort of deadline, it will never get done. I will procrastinate and find more important things to do. So if you are up for decluttering with me, I'd love it if we could do it together. Let me know down in the comments if you are up for it. I'll put a playlist on screen of decluttering videos I've made so far if you want a bit of motivation. And plus, if you want to see where we're going on our London trip, I will put that vlog on screen as soon as that's live. Or catch up with me some early release videos and some bonus printables and all sorts of goodies inside of my Patreon. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye.